Hey guys, this is the most guilt-free dinner you can have. So to learn this recipe, just keep watching. In my pot, I begin to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil to make our sauce. Then I put in my onions and garlic to fry. Stir this gently. After it fries, on the other side, or while it's frying, while the onion is frying, on the other side I begin to add in my boiling water some green plantain. Stir our onions once again and add in some chopped tomatoes. To aid this tomato, I also add some tomato puree into the pot. Stir in this gently. Just rinse out your bottle so you can get everything from the tomato puree. Pour this into the pot. Then I begin to add my Scotch bonnet peppers. Stir this gently. Then I start adding my seasoning cube into the sauce. Stir this gently. Then we'll add our fish, and I'm using a sea bass for this recipe. I gently drop this into our tomato sauce. Just space them out as much as you can, and also use some of the hot sauce to pour over your fish so that it can help with the cooking. It can aid with the cooking of the fish. If you like lemons, you can do this because I love my lemony taste. That is why I begin to add some sliced lemons over this just to give it that lemony taste. However, if you don't like lemons, you can just keep this out. This is totally optional. We then cover our pot. I moved the fish to the other stove, and I decided to start boiling another pot of water to add the cauliflower to cook. Cover this also and allow it to boil. We'll check on our green plantain that has been cooking for some time, and it's soft. After you poke it and it's soft, then we can now strain this out of the boiling water onto a tray. We set this aside. Then we check on our cauliflower also. And if it feels soft and cooked, then we strain it out also and add it onto a tray. Then I'll be using my mini mortar and pestle for this. Actually, that was what I thought was gonna work, but when I saw that it wasn't working, I switched to something else. But anyway, the aim of this is to be able to mash this. So if you have a potato masher, you can use it. It should mash very well. I couldn't find my potato masher, and I didn't have the patience to look for it. So that was why I decided to use a mortar and pestle. But if you have a potato masher, or you have a dough hook, this can also work very well. So in my mortar, I just added my cauliflower, my cooked cauliflower, and I'll also be adding some of the boiled or some of the cooked green plantains. And using my pestle, I start to mash these things together, or these two ingredients together. But I saw that the more I tried to mash, the more the thing was just falling all over the table. And then something came to me. I remember that I have this Tupperware turbo chef that I've had for some time. So what I did was I just switched over. But before that, if you're mashing these two things together, the cooked cauliflower and the green plantain, please remember to add a knob of butter. This will help it to come together. And once you put this knob of butter over your cooked cauliflower and the green plantain, it will melt and it will just help it to incorporate. I started again, and the more I tried to mash this, the more everything was just falling all over the place. Then I decided to switch this over to use my turbo chef to do the work and to make it easier. So that's what I opted for, and it turned out wonderful. So with this, I add the rest of my cooked green plantain into the turbo chef. Scraping in the one I had in the mortar, I start to scrape it into the turbo chef. We cover this, and this is the time for you to do some workout. So this is a good arm workout. By the time you start to turn it and it starts to crush and to blend in everything, it won't be easy at first, but later on it will just soften out. So the more you turn, the more it gets better, because it starts to break down the cauliflower and the cooked green plantain into a puree. So I check on this and it's looking good. So what I wanted to do was to add the rest of my green plantains, because I wanted it to hold together, and the green plantain doesn't absorb as much liquid as the cauliflower. That's why I decided to add more green plantain so that it can put this together, or it can hold it together. So we cover this again. We start to work again. Like I told you, sometimes it will just stiffen up, but the more you turn this, it starts to break down and it gets easier as you do it. This is looking good. So we bring out our fish that has been cooking and it looks fantastic. The sauce is beautiful. The fish is nice. And then looking at our green plantain and cauliflower puree, I see that it hasn't come together the way I wanted. And I had another idea, and this was to add cut avocado fruit into this to bring this together, and this was just what made this dish wow. So I added the avocado, and then I start to turn this, and then I can bet you, if you see the tremendous difference that it gave, the avocado just made everything into some kind of butter. It looked amazing. Once I opened it, I was like, wow, this is just what I wanted. So I think it's even a healthier option to use avocado instead of using butter. So if you're like trying to like go healthy all the way, please leave the knob of butter and just add your avocado, and it will come out wonderful. As you turn this, you try to do this, you can use a spoon or a fork and just push down the avocado pieces that are floating on the top, just to ensure that it gets to the blade, for the blade to cut everything and to mash it the way you want. So I turn this again, making sure that everything is well cut with the blades. Yes, and this is looking good now. This is smashing very well, and it looks like beautiful mashed puree. It has turned into a beautiful puree. So with this, we have everything all ready now. And this is now the time to plate our beautiful meal that we have been making. We have our puree over there, the cauliflower green, plantain and avocado puree. And in our beautiful wok, we have our cooked fish and the sauce, our lemony fish and the sauce, and everything is all set out. So what I'll be using now to shape this dish is to use my burger maker. I also got, this is also from Tupperware. This is a Tupperware burger maker that you can use to make things into the shapes that you want. So using this, using my spoon, I start to scoop out some of our cauliflower, plantain, avocado puree into our burger maker. Using a mini pincel or a mini spatula, we just press this down just to make sure that it smoothens out. And then I use the other part of it also, that is like a flattener. I push it down to make that patty. And this is what you have. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It looks so beautiful. I'll turn this over onto my plates. Then I went to get some of my cilantro and parsley just to make this plate even more beautiful, because I love my parsley and my cilantro. And finally, I start to scoop some of the cooked fish and sauce over our patty or our puree, making sure that I get the goodness of everything, and also not forgetting my lemons. You gently scoop your food. And then you drizzle your tomato sauce over this beautiful meal. And you see what we have. Isn't this beautiful? This is super gorgeous, right? Alright guys, this is what we have. This is a guilt-free dinner. You can eat this for dinner. Don't worry about anything because it is just like over the top healthy ingredients for beautiful skin, for healthy living, for wellness. And that's why I decided to share this beautiful recipe. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.